Oi, oi, you beautiful people. It's the Cockney Bud and it's all about getting real. This one's kind of wraps around like, you know, watching yourself a little bit. I just saw the movie, The Founder. If you've seen that, this comes into that. It's about this fella, Ray Kroc, and also the McDonald's brothers. They started it all off, but boy, oh boy, oh boy. So if you haven't seen the movie and you do want to see it, don't listen to this because until afterwards, because it might spoil it for you. But I was kind of a little bit, I was a bit blown back by it a little bit, how it all got there. And then started thinking of, getting to know the people around you. A little bit cooler here in Florida right now. Really enjoyable weather right now. So I hope everybody's having a great week. Great day, whatever that may be, whenever you're listening to this. I hope your day's going well, evening's going well, morning, whatever it is. I hope everything's going good for you, I really do. But getting to the subject, The Founder. If you've seen that movie, let me know in the comments what you thought about it, because I was like a little bit, I didn't know how McDonald's started getting its name or anything like that, or how it started. And I thought it came up. I was watching this vlog, and someone made mention about this movie that had been made called The Founder, and I'm like, oh, let me look that up. And it happened to be on Netflix. Oi, oi, thank God. And I thought, oh, all right, I'll have a bit of a butcher's at that, and because I thought I'd tell you the story about McDonald's. It told you a little bit more than that. Holy cow. Jeez, guy Ray Kroc. He basically came in and he used to sell them these mixing machines, and then the brothers who really put the McDonald's system there right at the very beginning, they had this whole system worked out that they had worked on and figured out, and one was like the brains of like architect kind of thing of how it all works, even down to the timing in the kitchen and not walking over each other and shit like that. And they was getting burgers out in like a 30-second time limit. It was like shit. And it wasn't being done. So they started getting really popular, this restaurant. And this fella comes along, this Ray Kroc, and they was going to order these machines off of him, and they wanted 8 of them. He thought it was 6, and he even thought that was too large because he wasn't having much success selling them. And they wanted 8, and he's like, huh? So he ends up going over there and just watching the operation of it all. Anyway, long story short, he got a contract with him to sell franchises. He's like, you need to go in the franchise game. And they were real friendly when they saw him. Or one of the brothers, I brought him in and was like, oh, let me show you around. You want to have a look around? And right at the very beginning when he turned up outside the room, oh, yeah, all right. And, it was nice, very nice in the beginning. And then turned out to be like it was like a wolf in sheep's clothing kind of thing. And if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about, because he come in and he talks about selling franchise and all that, and they kind of very, very hesitant on doing it, and they drawn up contracts, and they wanted to keep the business and full control of the brothers. They pretty much built it, and the idea and everything, and the concepts of the timing and everything around it. But But yeah, okay. He wanted to expand a bit. There was different ideas coming out that would put the business forward, and he had to have the permission of the brothers, and the brothers weren't playing. And anyway, what happened is he became this fella becomes like a landowner, real estate, and all the McDonald's that were on the land he had control of. Basically, in the end, just pulling the brothers down into a really horrible spot. All right, they walked away with a bit of money, but they didn't even get the money they was asking for. And it's kind of sad. It's kind of really sad. And I thought, blimey, there is people that, we meet and can turn, I don't know. It's kind of it was sad. It was really sad. It was really sad because these poor brothers are like standing there wondering what's happened. And they even spoke about, we brought you in and showed you around and basically showed him a lot of kindness and respect as well. And turned out to not be, just because it wasn't going his way. He wanted to expand it. He could see growth, but these poor brothers, they even agreed on like a 1% royalty or whatever it was at the end, but because it was a handshake deal, they didn't receive any of it. And they said at the end of the movie, this was 2016, I think. At the end of the movie, they talk about it would have been worth 100 million a year or something now, something crazy. And it made me sad. It really did. It did make me sad because there's been a few times, that I know of in my life where you've had people drift and people take a different way, and you're left sitting with what happened, what did I do, what did I say, where did I go wrong, and that not knowing, that's it. It kind of. It's like, wow, I don't understand. And, it comes down to our own self. Some people won't be affected by it, yeah? But, there's also those of us that do get affected by it. And it comes down to some of our own insecurities and all that. I get it. But it's, I don't know. It really, it kind of got me, this movie. There was towards the end there when I saw what was actually going on, the old anger was coming up like, bloody hell, man. But I can also see that this fella wanted to expand and they were sitting on it and he could see a massive amount of growth and he was about to lose his, the croc guy was about to lose his house because he had mortgaged his house for an opening up of one of the restaurants, like the land. And, he ended up with his marriage going wrong. He actually ended up marrying one of the original investors' wives. God, blimey, what? Ay, ay, ay. Wear the mask? It's like, geez. But how sad. How sad. And then these poor fellas are standing there wondering, just like we do, what happened? It does. But the thing to look at is look at self, because we go into, especially if we're like people pleasers and we want people to like us and, some of us, popularity, whatever you want to call it, want to be seen, want to be heard, stuff like that. It'll really affect you. But the thing to look at is yourself. And don't blame yourself. Look at yourself and say, well, what have I actually done but be a decent person or whatever to somebody? Yeah. What's the wrong? And knowing that you are straight up and cool and a decent human being. And if there is anything that's harmed somebody or it's done not in malice, you've not meant to do it. If you don't know, you don't know. But what we go to is like, what have I done? What have I done? What have I done? And it's nothing. Look back at yourself and tell yourself, I haven't done anything wrong. I'm nothing but a decent human being. And I want nothing more than to be nice to everybody, to be kind and know where you stand. Otherwise, you start to beat yourself up. You start to pull yourself in the wrong direction. And once you start doing that, that old negativity starts kicking in, doesn't it? We start blaming ourselves, doubting ourselves, right? Especially if people have been, somewhat close to you as well. And then, you're like, nah? And the not understanding. But don't beat yourselves up, guys. If you know you are a decent human being and you're good to everybody and you don't mean any malice to anybody, then you're going the right way, because a lot of people do have malice and do want to hurt people. So know where you stand, because you're not one of those. And anything that you believe that you may have done, it's all about holding your hand up and admitting it. But if there isn't anything there, like I said, then you haven't done anything wrong. So it can be an insecurity on the other side, and it's not with you at all. But we do tap into our own insecurities, don't we? Hit that like and subscribe, guys. I love each and every one of you. Thank you for listening. And please, please, please stay in that community. Love you guys. Stay that course. Namaste.